A few weeks ago, Juan Prieto, the plumber and owner of Prieto Plumbing, put an ad on Facebook advertising free plumbing work for veterans, single moms, and the elderly to help out those in need in his community. Very quickly, someone responded, and here's their story. 79-year-old veteran named Ronald and his wife Patty had been having plumbing issues for a while now. Their toilet and one bathroom hasn't been able to be flushed properly, and their house flooded as a result of sewer backup.
When we had the flood, it was on the 4th of last month, to be exact.
It flooded your whole bathroom?
The bathroom, yes. They're going to have to go in and tear a room apart because it did a lot of damage.
You would think this damage would be covered by their insurance company, right? Well...
And the biggest part of the damage was the plumbing, which unfortunately insurance companies, unless it's fire or frozen pipes, don't cover.
The couple informed Juan that on top of needing to repair the water damage caused by the flood, they were quoted $18,000 by another plumbing company to have their pipe system cleaned of the blockage, as well as to have their pipes repaired. Because according to that plumbing company, when they viewed their pipes, they saw it was badly damaged with roots and cracks everywhere. They're on a fixed income and can't afford to have their pipes repaired. After hearing their story, Juan was to look at their plumbing system himself to see how bad their damage is, as well as build a device that will help them with their drainage issues. So let's get to it. We got up early in the morning and made our way to the couple's property. Once we arrived onto their property, Ronald greeted us and let us in. Though he wasn't the only one who welcomed us. Aw, look at that guy. Once Juan got the van in, we made our way towards the house. We went inside their home and made a beeline towards the bathroom. Once we got our stuff set up, we got to work. Juan begins by removing the toilet. Removing a screw here and here. Then lifting it up and see what's inside. Oh, and don't worry you guys, that's just a piece of wax ring. It must have broken off from the toilet. No problem, after a little vacuuming, it's clean. Okay, so what Juan is going to do right now is he's going to test the drainage to see how bad... Oh! Got a little splash, but that's fine, it's clean water. Anyway, he's checking how bad the drainage is. After a few seconds, there. As we see, the toilet water is going down slowly, so there is something going on down there. But what could it be? Juan went out and brought the snake. This big guy is gonna help him clean the pipes. However, as Juan spent a few minutes trying to back the water up again, it wasn't rising anymore, so that's a bit strange. After a few more minutes, Juan gave up and decided to use another device. This little guy is called the sewer camera. Can you guess what he's gonna do? That's right. What he's going to do is he's going to go down the pipes and locate where the clog is. And we can see it real time on this screen right here. Have a safe journey, little guy. As we can see, these pipes look clear. What's curious is that, according to Ronald, the plumbing company said that their pipes were badly damaged with roots and cracks everywhere. But as far as we can see, it looks clean. It looks okay. There's a few roots here and there, but that's not too alarming. So after a few more minutes, bingo, he found it. This has to be the clog that's causing all that backup. And it's pretty big. According to Juan, it's about 13 feet long. That's a lot of buildup. After finding the clog, Juan went outside and grabbed his tracker, which is going to help him locate where the camera is. And this thing looks like it came out of that one horror movie. What's it called? Oh yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I wonder if it sounds like it too. Once he found where the camera was, he marks an X on the spot, or in this case, a C mark on the spot. And he wrote 2 feet so he knows how far he needs to dig. After assessing the situation, this is what Juan's going to do. On the spot he marked, he's going to dig a hole about 2 feet deep, and once he finds the pipe, he's going to make a hole in the pipe, which will allow him to clear the clog in both directions. He can't clear the pipe where he is because 1, it's going to be really messy, and 2, we don't want to accidentally destroy their bathroom while doing it. Once he finishes with the cleaning, he's then going to build an access, more specifically a double sweep clean out. What the device is going to do is going to reduce the chances of blockages in the future. A plumber can access this pipe easier without damaging the other pipes to clean the clogs. Unfortunately, the work couldn't be done today as we didn't have the right equipment or enough materials for the job. We would have to stop what we are doing right now and come back another day to finish it. Ronald understood and said he appreciates us anyway for coming out here to check what was going on. So now we start with our cleanup. We picked up our equipment from the bathroom. Before we left, Juan installed a new wax ring for the toilet to replace the destroyed one. And he finished putting their toilet back into place. We left their property, and when we come back, we'll have everything we need to fix their pipes.
3 days later.
And we're back! We arrive on a very nice morning. I hope it stays like that all day. Anyway, this time we brought our equipment, but we do need some materials, which we don't have right now, as Juan wants to look at the pipes first before buying the materials, so you can get them just the right size. So Juan starts shoveling, but it's not going to be too deep, just about 2 feet. What Juan is doing right now is he's digging a big ditch to hopefully find the pipe. He does, however, need to make the ditch big enough for the device to fit and himself as well. That peacock has been staring at us since we got here. Oh, look! He finds the pipe! Oh wait, that's not the pipe we were looking for. It's too small. This pipe is actually part of the sprinkler system and it's in the way. Good thing Ronald told us that their sprinkler system has been abandoned for a while. So good news for us! After cutting it, he gets back to digging. This whole process took about 30 minutes to do, by the way. After digging a bit more, he finds it. That's the pipe we were looking for. He clears away more of the dirt and fully exposes it. He brings out his hammer and screwdriver. He then begins tapping it away until he finally makes a tiny little crack. Once he finishes with it, it was time to go out and buy the materials. We went back to the van and went onto the streets to find the closest local Home Depot we can. And we did! We grabbed our cart and went inside. Looks like we need this, and this. And with that, we finished our shopping and went back to the site. Now we have everything we need, ready to be used. Oh yeah, and this is how much these materials cost. If Juan wasn't charging them, then this whole work would have costed about $2,000 to $3,000 to do. Anyway, Juan is putting a device on this hose to basically power wash the pipe. This will force the clog to break apart into pieces and go down further into the pipe. But there was an issue. Whenever we turn off the hose, it would flush the clog towards us, which shouldn't have happened. There was also some random instances of sewage going towards us, even though the hose was turned off. We had told Ronald not to use the broken bathroom while we were doing this. Getting suspicious, Juan went off to explore around the property to find anything that could explain this. On another note, would you guys want to try this forbidden smoothie? Gross. Eventually, Juan came back and said he found something strange. On the side of the couple's property, there was a hole on the ground that looked like it was flooded. The area right here had bits of paper and sewage. It looked like while we were over there forcing the water into the pipe, the sewage was forced to go out through this hole. This tells Juan that a different pipe is clogged, not just the one we were at. Juan asked Ronald what's over here, and Ronald explained that near here is the septic tank. Juan then asked Ronald if they were using any bathroom except the broken one, and he said he did, which confirmed what Juan was suspecting. Whenever the couple was flushing, the water was going towards us, which shouldn't have happened. So that means that 13-foot long clog wasn't just a result from one bathroom, but from the drainage of the house pushed into that pipe, which explains why they had that flood. In the short term, Juan believes that their septic tank is compromised. Septic tanks are meant to separate the solids from the liquids. They drain the liquid while the solids sink and float. But as you can guess, it starts building up over time, and you will need to get that pumped to prevent it from flooding. Depending on the type of septic tanks you have, you should get it pumped every 3 to 4 years. So that sounds simple, right? If it's a septic tank issue, then Juan can just get it pumped, right? Well, no. Here's the problem. Juan can't fix septic tanks. You would actually have to get a different professional to look it over, as septic tanks are very delicate, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can actually break the whole system, which he doesn't want to do. So unfortunately, Juan had to tell Ronald that he needs to call someone to get their septic tank pumped, and that all he can do right now is just clean their pipes. After we told him this, we went out to have our lunch break. It was already noon right now. And when we came back, Ronald uncovered the septic tank's lid for Juan to take a look. Juan decided to just check it to see what was going on. And here's the strangest thing. So if you don't know, normally septic tanks always have water in them. Well, the pipe that was leading into the septic tank is dry, which, it's not normal. It should have water in them. It shouldn't be dry. So with this, Juan theorized something. He believes the pipe that's connected to that hole over there, to the septic tank here, it's clogged. This pipe is the main drainage for the whole house. So if that pipe is clogged, it could explain why the sewage isn't going anywhere and it was just sitting there. That means we have to clean this pipe here. We stopped what we were doing and brought the snake to the other pipe. Once he got the thing ready and turned on, we waited for a few seconds. Nothing is happening. And then...
The water coming out?
Nope. Wait, I see it. Yeah, water. You see that? There's water. Water's flowing. That means it's draining now. We rushed over to that pipe we were working on. And yes, it immediately starts draining. We cleared the blockage. We went back to the septic tank and let the snake do its thing. The pipe connected to the hole and septic tank is clear. So while this pipe is clear, we still have to finish up with the one we were working on. But as you can see, the water is kind of high right now, so we can't do anything until it clears up. While we wait for that to go down, Juan is going to start to build the device for this pipe. Remember when we went shopping at Home Depot? Juan is going to build a device called the bullhorn. The bullhorn is a handmade feature used to provide easy access to the drain line for cleaning and maintenance purposes. This will help the couple a lot. In the case if there's another drain problem in the future, they can access it and see if there's a problem with it. After he finishes, Juan is going to make sure these pipes are clear before he starts breaking them. After viewing with the sewer camera, he confirmed it was clear. Now it was time to break these pipes. He grabs his tiny little saw and gets to it. As Juan was cutting into it, he realized these pipes might be a little too thick for his tiny little saw. So, he decided to use another effective tool. Now with that out of the way, he can finally install the bullhorn. Once he gets it in there, he adjusts it, then tightens it. Then he starts installing all these parts to it. And done! Now look at this. Isn't it amazing? Before we get too excited, let's do a little bit of flushing tests to see if there's any leaks we see. So here we go. Flushing here. And checking over here. Everything looks clean. No leakage anywhere. So with that confirmation, it was time to cover it all up. He starts piling the dirt back into this ditch. And look at that. Now it looks clean. And with that, now we were done. The only thing left to do is to tell the couple we were finished. And we're excited to see their reaction. We went inside to give them the good news. And it turns out they weren't the only ones who were surprised. As Juan was telling them he finished the job, Ronald went over to one of his boxes and pulled out something. It was a bat, and he gave it to Juan. He was stunned. Ronald just gave Juan an autographed Russell Martin baseball bat. This was so incredible that he was actually speechless for a few seconds. Ronald said that he couldn't thank us enough for being here and helping them when they were struggling. So he gave Juan his beloved bat as a thank you for all the work we did. Patty also gifted us this beautiful birdhouse that looks like a beehive, which she built it herself. We were so grateful for these gifts. We were actually speechless for a minute. We of course thanked them for these amazing gifts. Juan then led them outside to explain what their access is. Now, we did this job entirely free for them, just so they didn't have to pay out 18 grand when they didn't even need to. We couldn't have even imagined to be given these priceless gifts. While to us, this is just a normal day of cleaning pipes, for others, this is life-changing. This is why it never hurts to be kind to others, because you never know how much you can have an impact on someone's life for the better. With that, we wish them well and made our way towards home. We hope that this couple doesn't have any more issues, and if they do, we'll gladly come back and help them again. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you see, please subscribe to this channel and follow our other social media on screen to see more videos like this, as your support lets us to continue to help those in need. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.